Thank you so much for my new obsession.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like Friday?
Friday.
He's hot.
Okay, look at his abs.
I mean,
it looks like a thing of Hawaiian sweet rolls are
it
stuck
looks
to
like
his
AI
stomach.
made him.
But in the reunion, wah, wah, wah.
Wait,
did you not watch the reunion last night?
It was on last night?
I think Americans are way more dramatic and cause way more drama.
I have way too much gas for stuff like that. Oh my goodness. There's an emergency alert.
There's going to be a tornado.
Should we take cover?
Seek shelter immediately.
Do you think they're being for real?
And welcome to another episode of Listen, Here's the Thing. I'm Katie Kiefer.
And I'm Meko Price.
And as always, we have Mr. Nugget.
I think you woke him up from a nap. He does not look happy.
He's fine. Lay down. Go to sleep.
Oh. How was your week? Labor Day's coming up.
Labor Day's coming up. First topic that we're going to talk about. Thank you so much for my new obsession. The Skinny Confidential Ice Roller.
Yeah.
I am obsessed with it.
Do you do it cold?
Frozen.
Or iced?
It is in the freezer.
Does it like... You do?
Yeah.
That's so cold.
It's
Isn't
so
it
cold
like
and I
when
absolutely love it.
You know, when in the wintertime when you put your tongue on
like a Christmas story?
Yeah,
like,
the Christmas story.
When he gets his tongue
Do
stuck
you guys
to the
remember
pole.
that? You know,
yeah.
when you put the tongue on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, shoot your eye out, kid.
Right.
Yeah. No, it doesn't stick to my face, but I do it after I put like my 9,000
Right.
the 9,000 toxins
Because it helps
and
to
serums and all
blend
that
it
stuff.
in.
Yes.
And push it into your skin further.
It glides so smooth. It's so cold. And I just feel like my skin gets tighter.
And I also feel like the inflammation is like going out of your body. When
Like
you
I
use
want
it.
to have a giant ice roller that I just like slide down through and then slide up.
They do have a bigger ice roller. So I have both the full size.
Oh, I want like a body immersion one.
Oh,
you know,
I can't help you with that. Maybe
No.
they'll try it. Lauren Bostic, if you're listening, please invent a body roller that you can
I
put
think
in
that's
the
called
ice.
a cryotherapy chamber.
Oh,
but
maybe.
It's
great
love
though,
it.
right?
Yes, I used it last night after I washed my face, and it felt so great. And then I used it this morning because I wake up so freaking early to teach bar on Tuesday morning.
Yeah,
and it was just like a great, I don't know.
it wakes you up.
Yeah,
And it takes the puffiness out. And then do it like on your neck and on the back.
Oh yeah. Well, I haven't done it on the back of my neck, but oh yeah, I totally go down my neck.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure that
Yeah.
all that stays really
Those little
tight.
balls. If you guys don't know what we're talking about, go to Skinny Confidential. They're not a sponsor of us yet. And they have this great product, and it's an ice roller and these balls. They're just pink balls. But they have a compact one. I think they call it the mint version, and it's travel size. So you can put it in the freezer. You can do it.
Is that what the one you got me is? It's a
That's a
travel size.
compact
And
one.
I think that one's perfect.
Yeah.
Because you have the contouring. It's not just balls.
They look
but
like
it's
pink balls on your face, but they're not. They're contouring.
I do. I like to use that like on my
And you
on my
can use
chin,
cheekbones,
yeah,
and your eyes,
and my jawline.
Yes.
Yes, and then like on my cheekbones
Best
there.
thing
But then
invented.
the paintbrush side.
Yeah.
Just roll all over my face.
Because I've had an old version of that, not that particular brand,
Yeah.
but from Amazon, and it like stuck to my face.
Oh yeah, no, I got one in a FabFitFun.
yes.
And it's not
It's
as
not the
nice
same.
as this
No,
one. No,
this
this
is
one's
nice.
super nice.
Yeah.
So, thank you.
You're welcome.
Great find by you.
It was great.
And very generous gift because I use it twice a day.
Yeah. Great.
So,
I love it.
I may have to get one for the office and keep it in the freezer here just for like.
I mean, do it. That'll be our signature gift to give.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I like that. Mm-hmm. Do you have Labor Day weekend plans?
I do. Well, we're going to Ann Arbor to watch opening day for Michigan
Got it.
football.
Fun.
Yeah, so that's Saturday. Except it's a night game. I don't love night games. It's past my bedtime usually.
Yeah. What time does the night game start? 7?
Kickoff's at 7:30. So what happens right now, or what's happening this season, is the Big Ten has now extended to the West Coast. So they picked up 4 schools: Washington, Oregon, USC, UCLA. So all these schools now have to come to the Midwest and play, and they're in a different time zone, as we all know. So now these games are starting later because they have to accommodate everybody from both coasts. So that just wreaks havoc on my sleeping habits.
So who does Michigan play this Saturday?
They play Fresno State. So California
Okay.
school, not in the Big Ten.
Okay.
It's kickoff game.
Okay.
Or whatever of the season.
So then obviously you'll stay in Ann Arbor
Yeah.
Saturday night.
Yeah.
All right.
And we'll get there to tailgate and do all the fun things with the kids.
Do you want to go golfing on Monday?
TBD.
I know. Come on, I need you to start liking golf again.
I know. Remember how much I used to love it?
We used to do couples Friday night golf
know.
all the time.
I don't know what happened to me. I'm very disappointed in myself lately. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I started golfing in college.
Yeah, I didn't start
really
golfing until 34.
A lot younger,
Yeah.
right? And I loved it. And I don't know, the last few years, it feels like a chore, and I don't want to do it.
No, we're almost empty nesters.
I know.
Like
Maybe I just need new clubs.
You know what? I think that's what it is. You need new clubs, and you probably need like 3 new golf outfits, and you'll be brand
And a new attitude. And I'll be all ready. All right. I'll give it a try. If we can play 9, I'll go.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. Like 9-ish.
9-ish.
Like if I'm not feeling it, 7. And only my favorite holes. But otherwise, I'm in.
Okay, so what you're saying is you don't want to go outside of town. Like we have.
Oh, were you thinking of going out of town?
No, that's okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm up. Sure. I'm up.
Game for anything?
I'm game. I have no plans.
Well, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So we
always
could do
game.
pickleball in the winter, golf in the summer.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Done. We have our
Perfect.
whole life figured out now.
There you go. Right? And
got these
podcasts,
kids
film
and
podcasts on
podcasting.
Tuesdays. Yeah.
So we got so much feedback about our 8-minute friend segment.
I know it's still rolling in, and that's
Yeah.
great because you know why? Everybody needs an 8-minute friend.
Everybody does. So a few episodes we talked about this 8-minute friend, and Katie's mine, I'm hers. If you got, you know, all we have to do is say, "Do you have 8 minutes?" And I think you read it somewhere, right?
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
But the great thing is that I saw it, I sent it to you, and it was definitely needed in your life.
I
right
needed
then
it
and there.
right that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yes, your 8-minute friend is something everybody needs.
Right. And they don't give you advice.
Nope.
They don't give you any pointers or tips or tricks.
Nope.
They just listen. And
Yep.
they don't tell anybody.
Yes, and it's clinically proven by someone, not really sure who, that if you can vent out loud with your voice and with your words for 8 minutes, then you kind of start to solve your own problem. You might realize it's not that big of a deal because when you just think about it in your head, you sit and you stew and you think of all the what ifs. And I think even when you think of the what ifs, they seem worse than when you say the what ifs out loud.
Right. I agree.
So-
I agree. Especially if you're saying it to someone that you can completely tell anything to.
Yes.
It's confidential.
Yep.
And you're right. If you just say it, then you're like, oh, it's probably wasn't as shitty as I thought it was at
Yes.
the beginning. And the recipient of that,
Yeah.
you or me, always is very receptive and doesn't try to interrupt. They don't
Nope.
try to solve your issue or say, well, are you finished? Because that would be horrible. Can you imagine?
Yeah,
I call
that's
you
not
okay,
your
Katie,
8-minute friend.
I got 8. You can't. Can I have 8 minutes? And you're like, yep, go ahead. And then I spew it all, and you're like,
Time's up.
okay, time, 8 minutes.
No, sometimes 8 minutes needs to be 20 minutes,
Right.
but you
8
probably
minutes is a general rule.
it's a general rule. But it works. It totally works.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you everyone that recognized it, needs it. It's totally worth it. Find your 8-minute friend.
Yes. If you enjoy our banter as much as we do, show us some love. Like, rate, follow, and share us with your soul sisters, your friends, acquaintances, random strangers on the street, your mortal enemy, and your family. And hey, tell us what you want our next episode to be about. It's like it's girls' night, but it's for all of us. Cheers to laughter, insights, and moments that matter. Let's keep this party going. Okay.
Are we going to talk about
We're
it?
going to talk about it because I binge watched it. Thank God you didn't tell me about it until I could binge watch it, which is so fantastic. You guys, Love is Blind UK.
Couldn't be a nicer crew. They never even swore.
But when they say bloody hell, that's
That's not the
swearing to
same
them.
as fuck.
No, I guess I
I
didn't
mean,
really.
they seemed nicer. And they weren't real slutty. Or they weren't like trying to outmaneuver one another.
Okay, you've watched way more American Love is Blind than I have.
I've never missed an episode.
One, is it still an experiment when you've had, I mean, how many seasons do you think there are total US with that?
6.
6. Is it still considered an experiment?
Not anymore.
I guess maybe if you're a part of it, because
Right.
you see the shock on their face. All right, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it yet, we're talking about the entire
thing.
season.
So move on if you haven't seen it, or stop right now and then go binge watch, and then we'll catch up later.
Yeah. Was not thrilled that the reunion episode wasn't released until 4 o'clock
I know.
yesterday.
That's the best part. The best part, in my opinion, is when everybody gets together after they've paired up.
Yeah.
And for those of you who haven't watched, you can only see the person that you're talking to in these pods, like behind a wall, after they propose to you.
Yeah. So that's ludicrous. Like,
And it's
so
like,
bizarre.
I don't know, 5 days. It's so
I think
small.
I think they're there for 10 days, which still is not a lot of time. Because I don't know how long they're actually talking. They don't really, like,
Yeah,
there's not
they
like a
don't say.
timekeeper.
Yeah.
You know, but there's usually like what, maybe 10 girls, 10 guys. They live together. In
Yeah, all
like,
the girls live
women's
together,
quarters,
all the
men's
guys live
quarters,
together.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then they come together and they have like these cozy little pods. There's like couches. I think it's funny.
It doesn't
how-
ever seem to be outside. I wonder if they get any oxygen. You know what I mean?
Oh,
they
yeah.
look like they're stuck in a living room, like in some
They don't
studio.
have their phones.
They don't have their phones. No.
So
They
it's
barely
like-
have food. And then they have these mysterious gold cups everywhere.
You never
know what they're
They want
drinking.
you to think that they're always drinking.
Are they drinking milk? Or are they drinking champagne at 5 in the morning?
you don't.
Who
you
knows?
Don't really
you don't know.
But they're cozy pods. I just think it's funny how they get dressed up. You're getting dressed up because you're on TV.
Yes.
Because the other person can't see you.
Right. Yeah, they do get dressed up for the pods. I think it's better when they go in with a blanket
Yes,
and their
and they're
little
super cozy.
diary, and they.
That's usually like a few like dates in
Yeah.
where they're like, "Oh, what are you wearing right now?" It's like, "Oh, I'm just in my PJs." "Oh, me too."
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they send each other gifts
Yeah, that's weird.
because it was somebody's birthday.
This
last
past
one.
season?
I think so, wasn't it? Or am I thinking of a different one?
I think you might have
Anyway,
them.
I get them all confused.
No, there was one season where like this girl like wrote this like poem.
Oh, that was last time. She
An
was-
American one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was
Jess.
like, yeah, that was a little much. But anyways, back to the UK. All right. Who were your favorite characters this season? Well, they're
Well,
not really characters. They're real people.
They're
but
real people. Well, who I like individually.
I want to know who you like individually.
Okay.
Let's not talk about couples yet.
Well, I mean, who doesn't like Freddie?
Friday.
He's hot.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep. Look at his abs.
I mean,
It looks like a thing of Hawaiian sweet rolls are
it looks
stuck to
like
his
AI
stomach.
made him. It really looks like AI made him. He's beautiful.
I know.
He's
He's so
hot.
sweet.
He's so sweet. And he's a funeral home director, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So he's sympathetic.
Well, that would ease, like, if, my
Would be-
grandma died and I had to go in and he was the funeral director, I'd be like, okay, well, this is helping me get through this hard time a little bit easier.
Will you snuggle me?
Friday.
Friday. So I love him.
I just need a hug.
I just need a hug. The other person who I love, and I can never remember his name, I think it's Tom. He is the one that looks like the British version of Post Malone. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Tom.
Is that
Wait,
his
is he
name?
the one that was with the makeup artist?
No, sorry.
Oh,
Tom.
you're
Yes,
talking about
it
the
is
guy that
Tom.
owns a CrossFit
He's
gym.
a CrossFitter.
Yes.
What is his name? I just kept calling him.
Yeah, Google it.
UK
Love is Blind UK
Post
cast.
He's
I got your
so
Love is-
cute, and he's so like nice too.
Yes.
And I liked Nicole. I do remember her name.
Is that the girl?
That's the girl that's been married before
Oh,
and
she
got
was
together with Sam
Benai.
initially, and
Yeah.
now she's with Benaya.
Benai. Yes, Benaya. Okay.
We can call him Ben.
Okay. Is that what he goes by?
Well, she calls him Ben.
Oh, okay. Well, it still doesn't say his name. He looks great in that suit, though.
He does, but doesn't he look like Post minus the face tats?
So he was very sweet.
Uh-huh.
He was super amazing, and I thought that they truly fell in love. But in the reunion, wah, wah, wah. Wait, did
haven't
you
seen-
not watch the reunion last night?
It was on last night.
Yes. Oh, no.
Oh, shit.
Am I allowed to spoil alert for you?
You can, because I thought it was this Wednesday.
No, it was yesterday.
Why didn't you call me?
I thought you knew.
Oh my God, I was watching Cirque du Soleil last night.
What? It's only an hour. I can give you the cliff notes.
All right, well, spoil it for me. I don't care.
They broke up.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, they broke up. So turns out he's not the sweetheart that you think he is at all. Not that he was, I don't think he was like mean, but he was very disconnected. Remember how we were wondering if you could really make a living just owning that gym with other people?
Yeah.
The answer is no, because
Why is he poor?
well, he didn't come out and say I'm poor, but when he would go to Belfast and visit her, like she would run a car for him so that he could go around. She doesn't drink coffee or tea. So I mean, literally, you want to talk about, she had the receipts,
Did she grow out her bangs?
She grew out her bangs.
Thank God.
But and then he tried to say that she was a liar and she was lying about that kind of stuff. But he looked embarrassed, sad, and they didn't even sit by each other. They sat on separate couches.
And they're married.
Yeah, they didn't even really make it to Christmas. They were like still together at Christmas. He was supposed to go to Belfast. He texted 2 days before Christmas, not gonna make it.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. His disclaimer, he had some family stuff going on. I don't know what that family stuff was. It could have been bad, but I think that's worth the phone call. But I guess he doesn't like to talk on the phone, and he's not a big texter. So when they weren't together,
how does one communicate?
how does one communicate with their wife? That is, because Belfast is in Ireland, right? Like that's on
Northern
a different
Ireland.
Yeah, so they're on a different island. So you're gonna need to communicate
and country.
Yeah. So, yeah, it did not work out. He looked very sad and embarrassed on the reunion special.
He should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should be embarrassed.
So, and it sounded
UK
like
Post
she really
Malone.
wanted to try and she really wanted to make it work. He made a great point though, because he said, you're in the pods, you don't have your phone. And this is how I know that maybe might be struggling a little bit with his career. He's like, they're paying for everything. Like they give you all the food, they give you all the drinks, like you're staying there. Then you go to this lovely retreat to Greece. And once again, everything's taken care of and everything is paid for. Now, I don't know if they get paid the same to be on that show in the UK as they do in the States. Didn't we look it up? Wasn't it like $10,000?
Yeah, and then they get more if they get married.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's the same thing. I don't know if
Like the longer you're on the show, the more money you make.
Right.
So,
and I think they pay for their honeymoon too.
oh, probably.
So after they got married, they
Yeah.
probably went on a fabulous honeymoon
Yeah.
that he didn't have to pay for.
Yeah.
And then he got back to reality and he's like,
Oh shit! I
Now
haven't
what am I
worked
supposed
for
to do? Yeah.
5 weeks. So, yeah. But their wedding was really sweet. I
Yeah,
thought
it
they
was.
were so darling.
I thought they were going to make it.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Who else? Who are your favorites?
my favorite was Friday.
Friday.
Friday. He was so sweet and he was so cute. And he's got his darling brother with Downs that he's just so affectionate with. And when
love
he
that.
walked with him down the aisle to the wedding,
I know.
but he was paired up with Catherine eventually.
Yes.
And she cried a lot.
She's a crier. She bugged me.
I mean, she's hot. I mean, she's
they're a
good
beautiful
looking.
couple.
Yeah.
Like they will make beautiful babies.
Well, they bonded that they like sometimes work out twice a day.
Right. That's right.
So
as
as
it looks
their
like
bodies
they do.
show. Yeah.
But she was whiny, cried a
Yes.
lot, and was insecure.
Yes. And she admitted on the reunion that she could be a bit snippy and a bit sassy. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Are they still together?
No.
None.
Did
of
you
them?
watch the weddings?
Yeah, I watched the weddings.
Okay, yeah,
they got
'cause-
married.
No.
Oh no, they didn't. Oh my god.
No. She was like, she
I
said,
swear I
I
watched
do, but you could tell that she was like super nervous. I mean,
And
look
then
at her
he said,
abs, and
"I
she has like no
don't."
body fat.
Yeah. That's right.
And he was like, I still want to date you.
Right.
And see where this goes.
That's right. Were they dating at the reunion? Oh, figures.
No.
She seemed more high maintenance, and she was like, "I like to go out. He doesn't."
No.
Well, no shit. He's looking at dead people all day. Give the guy a break.
Yeah. Well, and I think he's not drinking alcohol and only eating protein.
100%. He's like, "Does that place have RX bars?"
Right? Yeah. No, Frate. So yeah, no, he was my favorite by far.
Do you have a girl favorite?
My girl favorite, I really liked Demi.
Oh yeah,
I did like Demi.
I didn't like that Tom with Demi, right? Tom was with Demi.
No, Ollie.
Oh, Ollie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm getting mixed up. Yeah. I didn't like that he put her down for being a makeup artist.
Oh, was his name Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, all the characters
They kind of all
go together.
Yeah, go together. But he was the guy that was like the executive PR guy.
Yes.
And he was like, I'm a high power executive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like Romy and Michelle.
We make Post-its.
Have you guys ever seen Romy and Michelle's high school reunion?
Such a good movie.
Oh my God. So one scene, they go to a diner and they dress up like businesswomen because they're going to go to their 10th year class reunion. And they're both jobless, first of all. Then they show up at this diner and they're like, the lady's like, what can I get you to? And they're like, whatever. Do you have a businesswoman's menu? Anyway, go watch the movie. It's so funny.
Oh, yeah.
But he did not like that she was a makeup artist, and I didn't like that.
No, I thought that was
Like,
rude.
who cares? She's a really great makeup artist. But I think they were two different cultures, two different religions. That was probably a big deal.
Okay, I found a thing with the cast. There's so many people that we did not see because they just did
Right.
not make
They
it.
blend into the...
Yeah, I think that's so funny. Steven is the guy that owns the CrossFit gym.
Steven is Post Malone.
Yes,
Like-
and Tom is the PR and advertising consultant.
Yes.
And he was older than he dated
What was her name?
Maria.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Oh. It
Yeah.
wasn't Demi. I got those two mixed up.
No, Demi's the one that was with Ollie. She was like the boxer.
Oh, yeah. I loved her.
Yes.
I can't
She's
believe
a
she called it
safeguarding
off.
and an attendance manager. What do you think that means?
She's a what?
That's what her occupation is. Safeguarding and attendance manager.
She's a lifeguard? Safeguard?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
I don't know what that means at all.
I liked her a lot, though. I liked her family dynamic and how she
Yeah.
was so close with her family.
Oh,
and stuff.
so close with her family. So sweet. And I think she really wanted to like love Ollie, but she said in the reunion, like, he's a great guy. He's just not my guy. And I think that's a great way
She
to put
had great intuition on that because
Yes.
I don't think he would have stuck around. I think he would have been. I got the slimy vibe from him.
it. Oh, did you? Mm-hmm. I liked him. Yeah,
I think
wouldn't
he
have
and
dated
Kat
him.
should have ended up together.
Who? Him and who?
Kat,
Oh, yeah, maybe.
because they were like she was his number 2
Yeah.
in the pods.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And I bet you if they probably had seen each other out in the wild, they
Right.
would have ended up together.
Right. I like how they always reference like in the real world.
Yeah.
Well, this is the real world.
I know, but we watch it like it's entertainment.
Yeah.
You know, and this is how I'm spending like the next hour of my life is basically watching. I guess it is an experiment. It's like watching like
It's voyeurism.
kinda. Yeah.
You're watching the
But
inside
it's
of these
so
people's
entertaining.
homes.
I just think I would be super weird being put in that situation.
Right.
So speaking of super weird in that situation, Sam and I tasked Kelsey with finding his old nose, and she found it.
Did you find it, Kelsey?
She did.
Oh
she
my
went
God.
down the deep
I need
dark. How about that? So he talked about how the fact that he had a nose job, and
Wait, what's the before?
towards you.
Oh.
Can you not see it? Like,
Yeah, I
it's
can
got a
see
huge
it.
hump, and then now he's got
But
like
he
natural
looks like
slope.
he doesn't have a lips or chin.
So
I'm trying
he
to
probably
think where
should have
he
had
the
I mean,
plastic
if you're gonna
surgery, you know what I
go
mean?
for it, dude, he probably should have had a little.
But
bit
he
of a
did.
jaw
He said
implant.
he had more things done. Like he had filler, he had Botox. So maybe he got some of that other shit fixed. Because
Oh no, he came out that he's got the same reset jaw.
Yeah.
And if he had that jaw fixed,
he needs mouth
how bad
tape.
was it?
Plus, he's a dick
He
and a manipulator.
he apologized in the reunion.
Well, he should have.
Yes, he went into every pod, into every date, and basically had like a script.
Yeah. He was creepy.
He was not genuine at all, and girls called him out on
Mm-hmm.
it. And poor Nicole got bamboozled.
How?
So, Nicole, who he
Oh,
originally
no, I know she
proposed
got.
to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He bamboozled her, which is a bummer
Yeah.
But it got rectified because she did end up with Benai.
Yeah.
So, and Benai tried to warn her that Sam was a sleaze.
I know. She didn't listen. Did Benaya cut his bun?
No, but on the reunion, I think he realized how great he looked at his wedding. So he had it back in a bun at the reunion. But they are still very much in love.
They're adorable. They're my favorite couple.
So cute. Like, so connected. And when Sam came out for, like, a special appearance, like, Benai grabbed Nicole's hand, and he's like, are you okay? Like, are you going to be okay?
Very sweet.
Because when they all first had that first reunion together, and Sam lied about Nicole saying, like, I want to have sex with you.
Right.
So the best is, so Benai kind of brought it up. The best is Demi was like, apologize right now. It was demeaning. You lied, and she deserves an apology.
Good.
And Sam was like, you know what? You're right. So
that's really sad that somebody had to call him out.
Right.
Because he couldn't just do it on his own.
But Demi's a girl's girl.
Yeah,
because
she is.
that's huge.
But that just shows Sam's character. I mean, he's a douche canoe.
I didn't think that he was going to be that tall.
Oh.
But when you compare him to other people,
He probably
like,
had
really
lifts
tall.
in his shoes.
And calf implants.
Because he's that kind of person. Fake everywhere.
Oh my God. So
What a
funny.
dick.
And then the other couple that got married and still together is Bobby and Jasmine.
Oh, they're cute.
They're super cute. They're still.
They got past Jasmine's mom, who was super overbearing.
Yes.
And didn't want her to get married to anybody. And I love where she was like, you have to tell me everything. And Jasmine's literally like, no, I don't.
But the husband and wife that are the host of the show, they asked Jasmine's mom at the reunion, like, do you approve now? And she's like, 100%.
Well, how can you not? He's so adorable.
He's just so adorable. They ended up getting a house together. They said, and right after Steven and the other chick, what's her name? She's going to be on here somewhere. Olivia. Right after they're talking about neither one of them can commit to like moving to the other person's city or whatever, they go to Jasmine and Bobby and they're like, we got home from all this and we were like, you know what? Let's just do it. Let's just dive in and like move in together. So you're married, you probably should, but so they ended up getting like a little place together and then they just kind of used like phone videos like from the past year and then did like a little, collage sizzle of it all together.
So they taped this, all of the stuff, meeting a year ago. Mm-hmm. That's wild. Can you imagine having all of your life taped a year ago and then a year later, you're like, well, I did make a really horrible decision.
Right. I mean.
And you have to defend it.
Like, what do you think makes someone go on a show like this?
Desperation.
Yeah, it's got to be. But like for Tom, you're a high-powered CEO.
He was not.
Consultant, whatever. You can leave your company for 12 days, 10 days.
Right.
Well, even longer if you
If you make it further.
Yeah, if you make it further and not have your phone.
Right.
It blows my mind.
It does.
So I get it. Like this day and age, you're like, I thankfully have never had to
work remotely.
with dating apps. But
you still have to check in, even if you're working remotely.
Oh, yeah.
How do they do that? Like on any of those shows, right?
Use all your PTO.
But if you keep going further, which is always the objective of the game, you're going to have to either quit your job or, I don't know, already be unemployed. And then that's not a good start. But what cracked me up about Bobby is that his job title was like high-end retail
on a cruise ship. So
sales.
he's the guy in the store that has like the fancy jewelry and the purses on the cruise ship. I mean, I don't.
Okay. Moving on. He was cute. I
Yeah,
can
he
see
was
why
so
his
cute.
mom was. I
I'm
can
sure
see
he's
why her
off
mom
the
was
boat
cute.
now
Yeah.
and probably, is working somewhere else.
Okay.
In
Hope
high-end
so.
retail. But I mean, Jasmine looks like she likes some nice things.
Yeah.
So,
She probably has a good job.
yeah.
I
Anywho,
would give it a 10.
back to my question. People probably, they said like, okay, we're done with it. Like I'm done with the apps. Swipe right. totally get all of that.
Yes.
Okay. But do you think that they're really thinking, like, not all of them. Sam just wanted to be on TV and probably wanted people to think that he was hot. And he's not. But other people were like, I'm looking for love. I'm looking for the one. Do you believe it?
No.
Not even someone as like sweet and as darling
No,
as
because if
Nicole?
you really, I guess, I've never been in a situation where I've had to like go on a dating site. Neither of you,
No.
right? So I guess if I'm like 36, 37 and I haven't found the right person, maybe. But I mean, I don't think I would.
No.
And I would not want my daughters to go on that.
No.
Can you imagine like making out with somebody for the first time on TV? What if they're a bad kisser?
Okay.
And then all of a sudden you're just like,
So this is the crazy part. So then people like talk to each other on the other side of the wall and they connect. But that's like long distance relationships. And not all long distance relationships worked because you can kind of I feel like you become who the other person wants you to be and vice versa.
In the
Because
pots, for sure.
In the pots, because you're only talking, right? And you're probably giving them traits of like the best part of you.
Yeah.
And who you want to be and
Right.
not who you truly are.
Right.
Like I have a hard time thinking all of those people write in appreciation journals or whatever they were talking about.
Yeah.
Or is that what they were? Appreciation journals? Something like that.
I don't know. I don't have one of those.
I don't. It's like I sit and journal about this twice a day.
Yeah.
Like, do you?
Here you do because you have
You have nothing else to do. Yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah. I guess desperate times call for desperate measures. So
Or you're in between jobs and you're like, sweet, I'll
fuck
do
it.
this for a hot minute.
yeah,
So
you're like, fuck it, I'll go on a dating show.
I'll go on a dating show.
I'll get paid, and then I won't have to be getting unemployment.
Yeah. I don't know how it works in the UK.
I guess.
But
I
yeah.
don't know.
Okay. So then they get engaged. They get to see each other for the reveal for the first time.
That is my favorite part.
So, I mean, some of these people were pleasantly surprised. There wasn't really any ugly people.
Their first micro reaction is the best.
It is the best.
Because you can just see their face like, just real
Well,
quick.
Tom saw Maria and he was like, yep, into this. I mean, they were like very touchy-feely
Yeah.
in that hallway. And she had that red lipstick on.
Oh, he had
and
it
then he had
all over.
lipstick
He looked
all
like
over his face.
Bozo.
Oh my God, it was so funny. But honestly, I think if he could have like done her right
I
there
think so
on
too.
the ground,
I mean, he
would
had
have
his
done it.
hand up her thigh.
Yes.
Right away.
And
at
and
the
then
first meeting.
so then what blows my mind is so they get engaged. They don't really show this, but they get engaged. And then they have to go back to like the male wing and the female wing.
Yeah.
And then they don't get to see each other until the vacation.
Yeah, they don't really say when that time period is.
Yeah.
They make it look like it's like a day.
Yeah.
But they have to get so many people engaged before they can put them off into the resort, right?
Yeah. Because
then
some
they
of
all
these
meet
people
again.
really have to like make a decision because they're choosing between two people.
Right.
Ooh, the drama.
This is my top person.
Yeah.
My top two.
I know.
My top one.
So I feel like Kat and Friday were very excited that the other person was good looking. Because that's got to be really nerve wracking.
Yeah.
Because is love truly blind?
I know. We talked about this before. I do not think so.
Yeah.
I think lust is blind.
No, lust is fully physical.
No, lust like in the brain, right? So you talk about
just
you
like
can
talking to them?
You can be whoever you want to be in the
yeah.
pods.
Okay.
You don't have anybody looking at you, so you can say whatever you want to say.
Mm-hmm.
You can be that really funny person in real life. You're like a witch. And then you meet and then you go into real life circumstances and you're like, oh my God, this girl's a total fucking bitch.
Right? Yeah.
Or whatever, the guy.
Or
Could be
it's
Sam.
or it's Steven, and all of a sudden he's not the happy-go-lucky I write in my appreciation journal twice a day. Like it sounded like he was a guy who was on just a bad journey in life. Things were not working out. He probably needs a little bit of Prozac, a therapist, and like a career counselor or something.
Yeah, something.
Yeah. So you can still work out at your gym, but that's a hobby,
Right.
right? Or like a side hustle passion that unless you own like 9
He had some nice suits though.
or you're the Hermoses. Well, Yeah. So they're called credit cards. He probably was hoping that he would make make it big so he can pay it off. Are you ready to transform your body and mind? Rebar Fitness Studio in Midland, Michigan is what you're looking for. Rebar isn't just a fitness studio, it's a community where strength meets serenity. Whether you're flowing through a yoga sequence, sculpting with bar, or unleashing your energy in a work or pound class, Rebar Fitness Studio offers something for everyone. Their expert instructors create an inspiring and supportive environment that will have you reaching your goals and loving every minute of it.
Elevate your fitness journey, join Rebar Fitness Studio family today, and discover the workout experience you've been waiting for. You can go to rebarmichigan.com and use code LHTT15 to receive 15% off a punch card or monthly membership. Well, what do you give this season?
Oh, this was my favorite season.
Was it?
Like, there was no crazy drama. Like, I think Americans are way more dramatic and cause way more drama, where the people in the UK are just so sweet and so nice. And I think in the back of their mind, they're always thinking about, like, their gran watching or something.
They seemed happier to be there. The people from the US, I always feel like they have some sort of like ulterior motive that they want to ultimately be on another.
Yeah, they want to be on Love Island
or Perfect Match.
Is that where is that what they go? Perfect Match or Love Island? Or is it both?
Every time, well, I've never seen Love Island, but I've seen Perfect Match, and every time they're like, when they introduce the person, they're like, "Hi, I'm Vanessa. I'm from Love Is Blind season 3."
Oh, yeah. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking for that 15 minutes of fame. You know, but sometimes that backfires on you, because Sam said at the reunion, he's like, everything was whatever. Show airs in the past 2 weeks of my life have been hell because I did not have a great presence on TV.
Yeah. Well, douchiness shows up on TV.
Right? And it's like, what's going through your head when you're acting like that? Because you know there's cameras everywhere.
Yeah, clearly he wasn't thinking.
I mean, I have a conversation with you, and sometimes I forget that the camera's there, and I'm like, "Oh crap! Am I talking about this?"
Right.
You know, making sure.
Right. Did I just burp into the microphone?
But I mean, when you're on a show like that,
right?
I don't know.
I have way too much gas for stuff like that. I could never be on a reality show. Can you imagine?
No.
How embarrassing! I'm like,
oh my God, I'm sure they edit some of that
hopefully,
out.
Hopefully.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Love Is Blind. We love you.
It was a great season. How do you rate this season compared to other seasons?
A 10. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I think it was refreshing because they weren't trying to be on audition for another show.
Yeah.
They were just there.
So this was the first season in the UK. Mm-hmm. Already sounds like they got picked up for another one.
Oh boy,
That's how it sounded from the reunion. But I would say at the reunion, everybody was like kind, apologetic if they felt like they weren't portrayed in a good light, or they wish they could have done something differently.
Not like the Americans where they're combative.
No, they're just like bitter and angry. And I think looking for more of that like social media kind of fame.
Calling people out.
Yeah. So
it was refreshing.
Yeah. All right. Well, tune in. Even if now that you know like all the spoiler alerts, I think you should still watch it.
Yeah, I got to go back and watch the reunion.
You could still watch the reunion.
But I did. So I mentioned I watched Cirque du Soleil. I wasn't kidding. I watched this awesome documentary last night. I don't know how I got sucked into it, but it's on Cirque du Soleil. Oh
yeah, in Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah. So I've seen it several years ago, and this is behind the scenes.
Is this is that the water one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so good. It was
okay.
Yeah, if you ever have a chance.
I think it's at the Bellagio.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
But it's fascinating. The pool, because it's underwater some of the time, but then the acrobats are up in the air, so the pool adjusts.
Okay.
So it adjusts for high divers. It adjusts for like synchronized swimmers.
Wow.
Like it's really cool.
That is
how
cool.
they constructed it.
I've never seen that one.
Worth it.
We've seen a couple different Cirque du Soleils in Vegas, but we haven't seen that one.
Totally see it.
Is it worth a go?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
I
have to
saw
go to Vegas in
100 years
January.
ago when I was there for a sales meeting, and they gave us a choice between Celine Dion tickets or and I went to see O, and everybody else that picked Celine Dion tickets sold them, took the money, and gambled.
Okay.
How rude is that?
First of all, it's slightly genius. It's slightly genius. But you really picked O over Celine Dion? She sings
did.
like an angel.
She is an angel.
Like literally God came down and like touched her vocal cords.
But at the time, I mean, this is like a while ago. At the time, I was really wanted to see O.
Okay.
And I'm glad I did.
right. I'm sure it was a phenomenal experience
Yeah.
because they're great entertainers. I mean, I feel bad for some entertainers in Vegas because you get a lot of like drunk people who don't have respect for your craft
And free tickets.
and free tickets
because they gambled.
from different stuff like that. But selling the Celine Dion tickets is kind of genius. That's really funny. And that's before SeatGeek. Like they had to be on the corner, like
I'm sure.
you know.
Like the people are on the corners in
Yes.
Vegas, and they have the piece of paper, and they're like,
Oh my gosh, with all the naked ladies
Yeah.
on it. Freaks me out. I hate that. I hate walking in Vegas. I don't even like walking in Vegas in pure daylight.
well, it's hot.
Well, I've only been to Vegas in January because
Oh.
I've only gone to like a convention that we have to go to every year.
Yeah.
I've never been to Vegas for pure fun.
You should go for pure fun. It is such
Never
a
done
fun
never
town.
done a pool.
Oh,
Nothing like that.
yeah. You should do it.
Should we do it for my
We should do
birthday?
it. We should do it. It's so fun.
Okay.
We're going in October. I think we talked about this before. We're going to see.
Oh
the
yeah, but you're
Eagles.
going to the Eagles concert and you're going to see like your daughter's boyfriend's parents.
Yeah.
So, which
and
is
we're
very
going to the
sweet.
Sphere, which I'm so excited
I'm
to see.
so excited for you.
And to see the one eagle that's alive. Two actually.
Okay.
It's Don Henley and Joe Walsh. I think are the only two left.
Oh, I didn't know that others passed away. I thought only Glenn Fry
Well,
passed
he
away.
was the third eagle.
Oh, got it. Okay.
So anyway, it'll be great.
Oh, there was only 3 of them?
Sort
Why did I
of.
think there was 5? Maybe I'm thinking of
the Beatles?
NSYNC.
I think you're thinking of the Beatles.
I
Wait,
didn't really-
I don't know. Who had 5 in their band besides NSYNC?
Backstreet Boys. New Kids on the Block. It's like the thing.
Yeah. Boys to Men.
Boys to Men was 4.
Were they?
Yes. And now there's only 3 because the guy with the really deep
Yeah.
voice is no longer a part of it. Oh, I used to have the biggest crush on the lead. Like, well, he wasn't like the lead singer because I can't call anybody the lead singer. But when he would just wear like a white linen vest with no shirt underneath.
Oh, they were awesome.
Oh my
From
god,
Philly.
loved Boys to Men.
I know. They were great.
Oh, on this topic, did you see on Netflix? There's a new documentary that the people that put together, is it BTS? That's the K-pop band.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the guy that's part of like the Korean music label that put BTS together, and then some other big music label or people from America are doing that same methodology and creating like a girl band.
Oh.
So there's
is
a
it
documentary
live?
out.
Oh, it's a documentary.
It's a documentary.
So they pick girls.
They pick girls. So I feel like I need to watch that because
Okay.
I would be intrigued.
I'm into
I'm always intrigued when they're using logistics, not just talent, but logistics on what makes a good boy group or a girl group.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is what everybody's going to love. Sometimes there's success, like who are the young boys?
NSYNC.
No, younger.
O-Town.
No, wrong generation.
Oh.
With Harry Styles, what was he in?
One Direction.
Because they were all on, not an American Idol,
Britain's
but
Got Talent.
yeah, something like that.
X
Was it X
Factor.
Factor? So,
We're all
but as
wrong.
as individuals, and then Simon Cowell was like, "I'm putting these boys together."
Oh, he individually picks them.
And then made them into a group, which was genius. And they were, as a group, super successful.
Well, as long as they have the chemistry, right? Like you can individually pick whoever
on
you want.
stage, and your voices have
Yeah.
to mesh. I think at some point they all stop liking each other, even the Tragically Hip, because that documentary's coming out soon too.
That's true. The
Yeah.
Canadian band, I'm sorry. The Canadian band Tragically Hip. My husband's favorite band. The reason, oh my goodness. There's an emergency alert.
There's going to
What
be a
is-
tornado.
Should we take cover? Well, everyone's phone is going off, and my daughter just texted. Hold on.
Your location is under a severe thunderstorm warning. Seek shelter immediately.
Do you think they're being for real?
Listen, Here's the Thing is inspired by Be Alive. Are you ready to share your passions and creativity with the world? At Be Alive, their mission is to build brands and inspire people to chase their passions. They're always searching for dynamic storytellers and creators with a passion to join their team.
A team of dreamers, creators, seekers, united by a common passion for adventure and creativity. If you want to join the Be Alive creator community, maybe shop for some fun Be Alive merch, or catch up on all Listen, Here's the Thing episodes and blogs, head over to Go Be Alive and join the Be Alive family. Be Alive, it's that simple. Okay, we're back. That was weird.
Oh my gosh. Like our own version of Twisters.
I know. I don't know. We left you because all these storm alerts came on our phones and outside. It was crazy. And it was a tornado watch, not a warning.
No, it was a warning.
Warning,
not
a watch.
I always thought, and I think my mom's the one that told me this, a tornado, like when it's a watch, it's like, look out the window, it's coming, like look at it right now. And when it's a warning, it's like, hey, just be warned, this might happen. Apparently,
it's opposite.
Our nifty looker-upper, Randy Price,
he clarified.
He clarified that the warning is the bad one.
Also, he clarified that the Eagles have 5 members. No, wait. Did he say 5 or 4?
Well, the Beatles have 4.
The Beatles have 4. I said they had 5. I don't know why I put a 5th one in there. I don't even like the Beatles.
I don't really like the Beatles either. I think they're overrated.
I care? Yeah, I do too.
So
whatever. We were gone for weather alert.
Yes.
And now we're back.
There is still a little bit of thunder. So
if you hear rumbling in the background,
it's not AC/DC.
It's not our stomach. It's actually a storm. Okay, so where were we? We were talking about Love is Blind. And then we were kind of getting into, or maybe I'm just making this up, books that we've been reading.
Oh, no, we didn't start on that. I think we were finishing up with like the whole Vegas conversation.
Oh, right, Vegas.
I think we were planning going there for my birthday.
Okay, let's do that.
But now let's actually get into books because that's like become like our thing. Like we have our own mini book club. All right. So you told me the other day to download Verity. I have not finished it yet, so do not.
Did you start it?
I started it. Don't spoil it.
What do you think so far?
I'm excited for it to turn into a movie, but it is kind of book porn.
100%.
I mean, I wasn't expecting that because when I think of This Is Us, or It Ends With Us, was that like, did that get detailed with like sex
Not
stuff
really.
when you read it?
No.
Okay. This is like intense.
Yeah.
Like this is almost, what was that other book that we talked about? That was the Anne Hathaway movie?
Right. The Anne Hathaway thing.
Yeah. We don't even
The thought
remember.
of you.
Something, the idea
of you.
Oh my God. So yeah, kind of along the same lines. Like really gets into it.
I don't think the movie will get that detailed.
But how do you not? I don't think it's going to be like a porno, but it's got to have
Because
like.
there's more to the story than that.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
just get into it.
Okay.
I can't wait for you to finish. I'm going to read it again because it was so good.
Okay. It's not very long because I listened to everything, so it's by hours.
Yeah.
So it's funny. So they make the girl that's like the author, like that's the ghostwriter. When they narrate her, she's got this really whiny like voice and blah, blah, blah. But when it's Verity's voice, it's like, so then he started feeling up my thigh. Like it's so sensual.
It is.
So,
It's good. It's good.
All right. I feel I haven't like I'm not that deep.
Curious to see who they cast for it.
It will be interesting because I'm at a part where like now there's a lock on the outside of her door.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
So I feel like I'm starting to get into some shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You are.
So I'm excited to. But good recommendation in a genre that I really enjoy to read.
Yeah. And you
So
don't have any idea how it's going to end until it ends.
okay.
I think it's good. It's her
Like as twisty as that book. Is it Behind Her Eyes or something? It's that twisty.
a little. Nothing was that twisty.
Okay. I feel like I see something coming,
Okay.
but
Don't predict it.
don't predict it. Okay.
No.
All right.
It's good. You won't regret reading it. And I can't wait for the movie.
Okay, so I did see Colleen Hoover on an interview, and she's like, somebody signed on to be the director, and she's working with they're looking for a director. The producers are already there, and then they were doing casting.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll see who it is. So I read recently a really great book called The Perfect Son.
Yeah. Is that it?
Yes.
It looks scary.
So Frida McFadden wrote The Housemaid.
I like The Housemaid.
Yeah. So she wrote The Housemaid and The Housemaid Stories, or what was the second one?
Yeah, there was a sequel to it.
Yeah. So same author, completely different book. I mean,
it's not a thriller?
Oh yeah, it's a thriller.
Okay, because that looks like that's a very scary book cover. There's
But
like a
it
little
is-
boy look like he's just came in from the outside. He's going down into a basement or a storm cellar.
Or is he coming up?
Oh.
It's
Dun,
wild.
dun, dun. Okay.
It's good. It's good.
I'll put it on my list.
I wish they would make a movie out of this. Because they could actually do a series.
So are you going to host book club in September and we're going to read that book?
I mean, I can.
You should.
Nobody wanted to volunteer for it, so I'll do it.
My September's too crazy. Big construction project going on in the living room. Golf tournaments, all the things. So
Yeah, I'll host.
I said I would host
Book club,
in
I'll
October.
host.
Okay.
Just let me know. I'm trying to think what the theme would be, though.
You can have scary little boys with gloves hanging from their coats all over the place.
Yeah, I could. It's.
I don't know what it's about, but that book cover looks disturbing.
I read it in 2 days.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't put it down.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a page turner.
Okay.
The first one I've read like that in a long time. That was just like quick.
stop.
Yeah. Because what I'm finding lately is I'm finding these books that are very big into character development. And I get why, because they want to try to tell you the
Yeah.
story behind the character. But it doesn't make it as interesting to me.
Right.
I just want to get to the bottom line of the book.
Yeah.
I want to know who's the suspect, who's the villain, who's gonna save everybody.
Well, but we do like those thrillery kind of books.
I know.
I will say the first book that I read in a long time that's outside of that genre that I enjoyed was The Women.
Yes, that was
So
great.
I will say that. Ooh, I have a new book we both have to read. Hold please. Let me look at my Audible. I was just visiting friends over the weekend, and my friend told me that we have to read the book The Measure. Have you read that? By
No.
Nikki Erlich. So basically, the synopsis is, and I'm not giving anything away. It's just like she's like, you have to read it because it's just an interesting perspective in life. So basically, you're at a certain point in your life, everybody pulls a string, and how long your string is how long your life is going to be.
Oh.
So then, but if you have a short string, so it just puts it into perspective of,
Does it come true?
Two people are rushed to the hospital. Who are you saving? Short string, long string. We go to war. Who goes to the front lines? Long string, short string. Short string's gonna die. Long string, you know that they're gonna live for a very long time. Do you put them on the front lines because then they'll be able to battle everybody? She said it was a really good read. I feel like that will give me anxiety,
Yeah.
but I'm intrigued.
Okay.
So,
Measure.
And you know my friend Kristen.
Yeah.
Dear friend, but not a long attention span.
Okay.
Right? You know, I mean, she
She has other gifts.
has other gifts, but like squirrel topic change like we have,
Yeah.
right? Fits right in. She wants to come on here and talk all things Real Housewives.
Oh.
She'd
yes,
be great.
Kristen.
Yes.
Does she watch every franchise?
All of them. You guys could get deep into Jersey because I am
Jersey
so on the loop.
is my favorite.
Yeah. So
Those chicks are bonkers.
right.
Bonkers.
I used to watch
Certifiable.
OG New Jersey.
Well, it's morphed
When
into
was it Carol? That was like the
Carolyn.
matriarch. Huh?
Carolyn?
Was it Carolyn? Mm-hmm. And her husband
Or Caroline.
Caroline.
Yeah.
And her husband ran like the banquet center.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like the matriarch of the group.
You know what I remember about her is that she used to talk about shaving her face, and I used to think that was so weird.
Yeah.
And now I dermaplane my face.
Yeah. Now we just call it dermaplaning.
Yeah. But she was like, no, I shaved my face.
And
Shave
it's
my
delicate
face.
and demure.
Yeah. Like contour,
Like contouring.
Yeah.
So yes, I will host book club.
Okay.
I got to figure out a theme. I'll send out an email tonight.
Okay.
To everyone.
I mean, do you have to have a theme? I think ladies are just excited to get together. I think it's not that deep. I think it's great when it's easily put together.
Okay.
When the theme is like, oh, I could do X, Y, and Z, and we can have A, B, and C to eat. I think it's super easy to do. If you are racking your brain and you have no idea what to put together,
the theme could just be, you don't have to bring anything.
Wine and food.
Right.
Right? That's all anybody cares about.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruffles and Chick-fil-A sauce.
Perfect combo.
Oh my gosh.
And it could be
so good.
I still have not tried Ruffles and Chick-fil-A
I'm telling
sauce.
you, Ruffles and Chick-fil-A sauce.
I don't love Chick-fil-A sauce. It reminds me of barbecue sauce, and I hate barbecue sauce.
Well, I love barbecue sauce.
It's too sweet.
It's a sweet mustard sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It really is. It's so good.
I would rather dip my chip in ketchup.
Do you know that Chick-fil-A now puts their fries in a different deep fryer so that they're gluten-free?
Oh, that's nice of them.
Isn't that nice? It's great.
Oh, when did you hear about this?
I think Chris or Kylie discovered it, and
That's awesome.
They verified it. We were flying home from Montana, and they went to Chick-fil-A and asked all the questions, and they're like, "Oh yeah, no, our fries go in a completely different deep fryer."
I love Chick-fil-A.
So,
except that they're not open on Sundays,
they're
not
not
in
open
Midland.
They're not. You'd have to go all the way to Flint or farther.
And we have, or the airport. We always time our.
As long as you're not flying on a Sunday,
This is true.
right?
This is true.
I mean, they tried to bring a Chick-fil-A to our town.
No, they didn't. Did they really?
Yeah, it was supposed to go over by Costco.
By here, you mean?
Well, yeah, by here.
What happened?
I think it got kiboshed by the city. They were worried about traffic problems.
There are 12
can have,
cars in this town.
Right? And we can have 9 Taco Bells, but we can't get a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
So,
Right. That's
so.
weird reasoning. Okay.
And then I'm putting this rumor out here in the world. I hope that I can manifest it by saying it out loud.
Okay.
Because they're building another Aldi. That we're not supposed to have 2 Aldis. The Aldi by our house is supposed to be a Trader Joe.
I agree. That would be a
Right?
perfect location for a Trader Joe's.
I would so love that. So
Yeah. Our
here's
town
hoping.
needs to step it up.
Like, fingers crossed. Let's make
Yeah.
it happen.
Yeah.
So I'm putting good juju into the microphone.
There you
and then
go.
It's going to happen that way.
We'll manifest it.
Yes.
Glow Medical Spa is Mid-Michigan's premier med spa for skin rejuvenation and anti-aging. The trained nurses and estheticians at Glow specialize in non-invasive facial aesthetics such as toxins, fillers, and lasers. Glow is ranked in the top 1% of all providers in the U.S. for Botox and filler, as well as Black Diamond Icon status for Hydrofacial.
Glow Body specializes in body contouring with Ensculpt Neo, Emcella, weight loss clinic, and therapeutic massage. Book an appointment today at glow-skinspa.com.
What are your questions this week? I have to pull mine up. Hold on. And put my glasses on. Do you hear the thunder?
Thunder.
They need to come out with a DCC, Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders, season 2. I need to know everything that's happening with the tryouts right now. I need to know who made it, what happened to the old
it was
girls,
successful
who
enough.
got the
I think that would
awards.
happen. Don't you?
I need to know it all. Follow up on the girls from last year, the retired, the girls that are coming back, who made the team again.
Oh, the girl that was team captain who had the boyfriend.
Yeah, they're
who,
still
was-
together because I follow her on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Because he
Kelsey.
had big acting goals.
I don't think he does anymore.
Okay. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
I want to know who you admire most. It's deep.
It is deep. Overall, or famous or not famous?
Whatever comes off the cuff, what comes to mind?
Off the cuff, my grandma, who passed away 2 years ago. She was 100. She was the best lady that ever lived, and loved everybody, and didn't care what you did in your past. present or future, just gave all the love and loved everybody for who they were and for everyone else that didn't have that much love in their heart like me.
I know, but she like helped raise you.
She helped raise me.
Yeah.
And she just always positive attitude, even when in her dying days, just so like thankful that we are all there. And, you know, not like I never saw her in a position where she was like, well, this sucks.
Yeah.
Even
That's
after
great.
her husband of 64 years, my grandpa passed away, she never was like sad. I mean, I'm sure she was sad.
But she wasn't like, poor me.
No, never.
Yeah.
You know, and they had like, you know, she lived through a lot. She worked when no one else worked. My grandpa was in World War II. She became a cook at the schools, like when no one else worked, and figured it out. And she was sort of beyond her time in that she was very independent, but yet still homemaker, if that makes sense. And a mom of 4 and a grandma. And yeah, she was awesome. Everyone called her grandma, even if she wasn't, because she was everyone's grandma.
That's so sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P. Grams. Would you rather be the interviewer or the interviewee?
I would rather. That's a really good question. Who am I interviewing?
Whoever. Bob Seger.
Bob Seger. Well, then I want to be the interviewer. I don't want him interviewing me. Although, you know, that would be intriguing. I think if you're the interviewee, it's easy because you just get to show up and give answers, but then you have to like think about it. Where you could be more strategic if you're the interviewer.
Yeah, I agree.
I think I want to be the interviewer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do. Yeah. Especially if it's Bob Seger sitting in the other chair. I'm just going to be like,
Bob,
oh
the
my
call
God.
is still out. Come call us.
Right? Okay, what is your favorite wine
Of all time.
of all time? Best wine you've ever had?
The setting.
Oh, yeah.
I do love the cab.
Yeah, great wine.
Yeah.
Great
I don't
wine.
even know what year. Any year is fine.
I
It's a
haven't
great
had
wine.
I haven't had one where I was like, ooh, this year's terrible.
Yeah.
So-
I'm not that bougie to know year from year. I can tell a younger wine, but the setting overall is
You're a
just
little bougie.
solid. Am I? I feel like I'm low maintenance.
Okay.
Anyway, question 2. What is your ideal vacation spot?
My ideal vacation spot, I like to go to a lot of different places. I really loved being in the mountains of Montana, but I will always pick like a fabulous beach setup. I have to be by water. That's ideal. But I just love the sound of like waves. I don't love going in the ocean. There's got to be a solid pool setup.
Yeah. You like
because
to look at the ocean,
I
be
love
in the
to
pool.
look at the ocean. I love to hear the ocean. I love to
Hear
see
you.
the sun set by the ocean.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's my ideal vacation. Like if I want to like take off with my husband and have a few days together, he's totally going to pick like mountain cabin situation.
Yeah.
I'm picking beach. I want to hear the seagulls. I want to hear the ocean. I want to feel like that humid breeze coming in through the
You
window.
want to see your hair grow and grow and
grow
grow
and
on
grow
vacation.
and grow and grow and grow. Yeah.
I agree.
So.
I'm with you. I'll do beach with you if he wants to take you to the mountains.
Okay. How far do you think you would make it in a horror movie?
First scene.
You First scene, done.
I hate horror movies.
So you're gonna be like Drew Barrymore and Scream.
I just scream and run off the set. I hate horror movies. I would rather watch a real life murder case where you can't find the murderer and he's real than to deal with that spiritual shit.
Yeah, but like, what if it's something that? But even like Freddy Krueger, like you don't think you'd survive him? I think you're pretty strategic.
Well,
All of a sudden, that criminal justice major that you have is gonna come to fruition.
Freddy Krueger's not like, yes, I could kick his ass probably.
Michael Myers.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I get like.
But I mean like
the
real
like
spiritual
like
stuff.
the Omen movies. Those used to freak me out, and there was no blood or gore at all. It
where
was
people
all-
are trying to take your soul.
Yeah, no,
Like
no,
that
no.
shit, I don't even fuck with.
I'm talking like, guy with a mask made of other people's skin with a chainsaw.
Oh yeah, fine. I'll take him down.
You're at the end.
I'm at the end.
You're riding the truck that's halfway broken down out of into the sunset.
I got a bloody shirt because I've
totally.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Easy. Unless we're dealing with spirits in The Exorcist, then I'm out.
Then you're out.
Yes. If money were no object, what would you do for work? If you had to work and didn't have to
I know
earn
exactly. I know the answer to this question.
What?
Okay. I am rehabbing furniture. Okay. But here's the thing. All right.
Here's the thing.
I deal real estate on a fabulous main street. It's not in Midland, Michigan. It's going to be somewhere amazing.
What do you mean you deal real estate?
I deal real estate. Lots of traffic. Beautiful location.
Ideal.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you were dealing.
No. I deal real estate. On a fabulous street in Franklin, Tennessee, something like that.
Yeah.
Right?
And you had your own little shop.
But it's
you and your dad.
Right. But it's designing women, where I do it and I sell pieces, but yet you're coming over, we're having coffee, we're talking about it.
We're having wine, we're going to talk about how you rehabbed it.
Right? But if I'm closed, I'm closed. Sometimes it might just be by appointment only.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you might be closed for weeks.
I might be, because I'm at the beach with you.
Yeah. And come on in, bring a bottle of wine. We'll chat about this piece of furniture. Sometimes you might charge $50. Sometimes you might charge $5,000.
Yep.
Depends on your mood.
It depends
and how much
on my
wine
mood.
you have.
Right? So, and if you tell me this piece really needs to be at your house, okay.
Take it.
Yeah. So, no, that is I have unlimited funds.
Mm-hmm. FU money.
FU money. That has been my dream.
Okay.
But I don't want to have to pay my mortgage from that. You know what I mean?
No, this is fuck you money. What do you want if you have all that money?
Yeah.
And you don't need to work?
Yes. 100%.
Because you have to stay busy.
All right. You've kind of already answered this question, but it just helps tie up the episode. Meko Price, do you think Love is Blind?
No. Not at all.
No, because we could have had the greatest connection on the other side of the wall.
I need to see a face. I need to see a body. I need receipts. I need screenshots. I need to see it all.
Right?
Before I...
Physical attraction is important. I do realize that sometimes there's someone's super charismatic and they're funny. There's certain things that maybe just by his looks alone you wouldn't have been attracted to him, but
funny only takes you so. Funny is huge attribute.
Well,
I need to laugh.
Looks only take you so far sometimes too.
But let's be real. You're not going to have sex with someone who's funny and looks like, I don't know, Shrek. They may be the funniest person around, but you're going to be like, all right, good night.
Yeah.
In my own bedroom.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. Okay.
So that's where the pods, I think, are kind of oh, okay. And like you said, you put on this facade of who you are.
Yeah. But I will say Jasmine and Bobby. Jasmine said that she used to go for big, tall dudes, lots of tattoos. Bobby, if she saw Bobby on the street, would not have gravitated towards them. And they are very happy in their life. So
also, his face is this big.
He does have a little face.
With a tall body. But anyway, I'm not judging. If you were to go back in time, what would you change? Out of anything. It could be anything. It could be a grade. It could be...
If I could go back in time and change anything. You asked me about regrets before, and I told you that about when I changed my hair after I had Kylie.
Yeah.
And I could do that. You know what I would go back in time? I would go back in time and tell myself, I'm really good about living in the moment and not taking a bunch of pictures and taking a bunch of video. I would tell myself, take more pictures, take more video. I feel like I don't have enough documentation of amazing experiences and times and stuff that I've had go on in my life.
But fortunately, you're married to somebody who does that.
Of himself?
I know, but he takes tons of pictures of you and Kylie and your family and stuff of what you're doing if you're with him.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if something were to ever happen to him and I wanted to show his grandkids someday, I'd be like, look how awesome your grandpa was. Like all these things. And if the opposite happened, they'd be like, oh, where was grandma? Well, here's a selfie.
She's behind me.
Yeah. But yeah, I would go back and just tell myself to document more. Not in a crazy like social media way, but just be like, no one's going to get mad if you take the picture. Everybody loves being in the picture.
Yeah.
But I do. I get like all caught up in being the person who's like, everybody smile, everybody get together.
I know.
Especially when people are annoyed. But guess what? They always love the picture in the end.
That's so true.
So,
That's so
yeah.
true.
So I'm kind of bummed that I don't document more.
You could start now.
Starting today.
Make that your 2024-25.
Yeah.
resolution.
End of Q3, Q4, and
Yeah,
beyond.
there you go.
Yeah. So, what is the worst date you've ever been on?
There's so many. I'm kidding. Worst date?
Yes.
Oh, well, one of my not finest moments. I remember meeting someone at a bar and then meeting his friend and agreeing, and one of them called me for a date, and I thought it was the friend that I actually liked.
Oh, no.
And I agreed to go out, and it turned out it was the other friend, like the ugly friend.
Yeah.
That wasn't a fun date.
Whoops.
Yeah, and I didn't have an 8-minute friend at all. I was just like, oh, that's not who I expected. Yeah. So that was probably my worst date.
No, if it would have been me back then, you could have like texted and been like, SOS.
911.
And then I'd be like, do you need me to be crying?
Yes.
Do you
You
need
need to be in
screaming
the ER with your arm cut off.
So, well, yeah, that really sucks.
I know.
But what did you do on the date? Do
Nothing.
you remember?
I don't know. I think we probably talked.
Oh, you like blacked
I was
out.
polite.
Okay.
I'm sure. Yeah. Yeah, I was polite.
Sure
I
you
wasn't
had
going to be
very
like,
sweet candor.
you're a dick. And no, I don't even know if he was a dick. I think it was very surfacey.
Okay.
I feel like, yeah. And it wasn't at all what I thought it was going to be because it was the wrong person.
What was your like shock factor when you walked into? Did he pick you up at your house or did you meet him?
No,
somewhere?
we met out, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you walk in and go, ah, shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
Dude.
I was like, God damn it. Another F in the dating department.
Oh.
Well, thank God I don't have to do that anymore.
Right. Well, I think the rain might have cleared up.
Yeah.
The thunder sounds like it's rolling in the distance. And we can pack up
Perfect.
and head home. So thank you once again for joining us for Listen Here's the Thing. I'm Katie Kiefer.
And I'm Meko Price. Thanks for listening and watching and judging. Not judging.
All the things. But if you like us, follow us, share us with all the people in your life.
Tell your friends.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Cheers.